stop telling people your business. You need to use discernment when you speak to certain people about your goals and about your plans, because people are more nefarious than you'd like to think out here. If this year taught me anything, I need to keep every single thing I'm doing, all of my moves, anything that I'm interested in, any person I'm interested in, close to my chest until said thing has been completed. There are people out here who will pretend to like you, just to collect information on you, just to get close to you, just to know what you're doing, what you're interested in. If anything goes awry in that friendship, best believe they are ruining anything that you ever told them, or they're going to try at least. Any information about someone is currency, and any information can be traded for more currency. Don't let anyone know that you're in the interview process. Don't let anyone know that you're dating someone until you are in a relationship with that person. Don't let anyone know that you're interested in anything until said thing has been completed. We feel as if we're closer to that person when we overshare, when we share. Getting to know someone does not mean oversharing what you're doing and what your plans are. You have to use that discernment, your God-given discernment. And even if something was ruined, thank God for that. Always thank God for that experience, because now you know better. And when you know better, you truly do better.
If you're an oversharer, you've come to the right place. Here is my checklist to help you to shut your mouth. And it's really practical. Before you share any piece of information, I want you to ask yourself these 5 questions. Number 1, is this an appropriate piece of information to share? Sounds obvious, but that's why it's the first question. Because it's a really fundamental question. Number 2, and now we're really getting to the critical stuff. What am I hoping to achieve by sharing this information? Is it support, solution, sympathy, attention? Clarify that in your mind. If you're looking for sympathy and attention and even solutions, speak to a therapist. Number 3, is this a safe place to share this information? The workplace with your colleagues is not a safe place to share such information, but the setting of your therapist's office is. Number 4, does this person have a record of stewarding sensitive piece of information correctly? Basically, can I trust this bitch? If not, keep it closed, keep it moving, just because we always need to think about worst case scenario, we need to ask ourselves, if this piece of information gets leaked, what are the potential ramifications of that? I know, good, isn't it?
You need to be aware of those people that do just enough to be your friend so they can know your business. Like, they call you once in a while, you don't really link up, you don't do anything, and then they're just like, oh, so what's going on with you? And I'm not sitting here saying that every single person that wants to know your business is a monitoring spirit or a bad person. I'm not saying that. But you need to know that the downfall of your life starts from your tongue. Stop telling people your business. Some of you guys are way too comfortable telling random people your business, your goals, your aspirations, what you want to do, what you're doing next month, your job interviews. Like, just wait for it to come to pass and then they will see it. Like, I don't even tell people when I go on holiday, and I don't even necessarily think anybody cares, but I'm just practicing the art of keeping my mouth shush. As someone who was such an oversharer, it's so important to me to be able to keep things to myself. And I used to have so many of those types of friendships where I wouldn't see them in so long. We wouldn't interact. They're not even really a friend to me. But as soon as they're like, oh, so what's been going on with you? I'm spilling. And I don't blame them, because I always love knowing people's business. So I blame you for telling them it, because it's your business. Keep that stuff to yourself. Thank me later.
Stop telling everybody everything. They don't need to know. And more importantly, psychologically and in general, this kind of hurts you more than it helps you. Fine to get advice from people, but when you're starting something, you have an idea or a vision, and you go and tell all your friends what that idea and vision is, psychologically, your brain is tricked into thinking it's already been done because you're talking about it. You're talking about the results that it's gonna create, or how big you want to get it, or how genius of an idea it is. And it's good to put those thoughts out into the universe and just be really positive about what you have, but build that on the back end and then talk about the results. Talk about it when it's about to be released. And then generally speaking, everyone doesn't always have your best interest at heart. I would hope most people in your life support you and love you, but you're going to meet people along the journey that you just don't click with, and you really don't know how that could turn out with the information that you give. And everyone does not have to know your next move. It's actually encouraged. Move in silence so that you can know how hard you did this for yourself. Because then when you start telling people about everything that's going on in your life, it then becomes external validation, and now you feel like everything that you told people has to come true because they know. You could work on something for 4 years and never tell a soul, and it just doesn't work out then. But then 8 years later, it really works out and blows up in whatever you wanted it to happen. Be mindful about what you say because everyone doesn't need to hear it.
I know they say a problem shared is a problem half solved, but most times, keep it to yourself. Solve that problem in silence. Because you notice how sometimes when you vent, you share, the problem multiplies. You know what I'm talking about, right? Instant regret. So zip it, and solve that problem in silence, in private, alone. Okay?
In all honesty, now more than ever have I realized that timing matters. Sometimes the problem isn't the fact that you're telling people your plans, is that you're telling them too early on with nothing solidified. In the beginning, things are sensitive. Why? Because you're dealing with your own self-doubt, insecurities, and just you're venturing into an unknown territory. Whether that's a business, whether that's an environment, whatever it is, when you tell people things early on, you are allowing their limiting beliefs to accumulate on top of the self-doubt that you are already feeling, which can inhibit the way in which you navigate that new goal, that new business, that new relationship, that new you forward. Honestly, one of the best things you can do is set your ego aside and allow yourself to build without announcing. It's not always what you say, it's when you say it. And this becomes extremely important when you are starting something new because you are embracing a new environment which comes with its own challenges, and you do not need anybody else's self-doubt compiling onto that because you are dealing with people that have a spirit of jealousy, envy, and insecurity, and that is coming along with you as soon as you open yourself up to allow what they have to say within your environment.
Stop letting excitement push you to announce things prematurely. Sometimes the devil is listening. Sometimes the wall have ears. Be careful who you share your good news with too early. Because you see, the moment you tell some people your business, everything just start fall apart. Sometimes you have to shut up and allow people for sitting from a distance. You don't need to announce everything prematurely. Be careful of the people around you. Some of them really and truly, they don't want to see you win. They're as happy as can be as long as you are not doing better than them, or as long as it looks like you are not moving up the ladder, you're not making any traction in your life. So before you share your news, your good news, your promotion, your house where you buy, before you share them process them with people, be careful, be mindful, pray about it, and just keep it with God sometime. Probably like a year after, then you can say something. But sometimes announcing things prematurely does more harm than good. Be careful.